Okay. Well, I guess that's fine for now, but if I find can we like not fully agree to it? Like, if there's something that I
What?
disagree with within basically
Okay,
I can attend it
so
in
kind
the
of like,
debate.
I think that's fine, right? If you disagree with the
Like, I'm
way a
saying you
certain
can use
tier
it.
is,
I'm saying you
no,
can
no, no,
use
no.
it,
I'm
but
saying that's fine, right? If you disagree with a certain tier, that's like the definition of a certain tier. You can explain why, right? With logical
yeah,
reasoning, of course. You can't just go, I don't like this definition, therefore we shouldn't apply to it, right? With logical
no,
reasoning,
obviously.
because that's what we do about hats too, right? If I was going for hats, I would say we can use as superpower wiki as a reference, but we don't just like copy and paste the definition off of it. So yeah.
I agree with that, cause yeah, I don't like superpower wiki either, cause again, I think we can just describe our hacks
Yeah, we can
ourselves.
prescribe
Like,
our own definitions.
if
Yeah.
if my character can manipulate fire, then I think like the qualifications that come with that are pretty obvious. Like, he can burn shit down and like create fire. I think that's like pretty obvious. We don't need like a VSCW to say like, and also I'm pretty sure we
Uh,
can agree that VSCW has like weird applications that come with
can I say
certain
something
hats
real quick?
also.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Rezi.
Okay, so like I feel like yeah, I get that's fine and all, but like for example, like we have like a lot of there's like a lot of abilities where like they can be absolute and impossible. So like I don't know, I just feel like if we just go by these definitions itself instead of like elaborating, it would be much simple. Because like basically if we have like two like I don't know, like Raiko, you've heard of this before, like having two impossibilities go against each other would just like be like I don't know, it wouldn't be applicable to
I mean,
anything
me
because they're both
personally,
absolute.
I mean, if y'all want to do that, me personally, I don't think absolute meta or
Yeah,
absolute
basically exactly like that.
I don't think
But
they exist. So like, I wouldn't have to
Yeah,
say
I
that.
don't think they exist either.
I do
I
think
don't
that
think
characters
I
can
don't
be
think
affected by stuff.
I don't think certain hacks can be like applied in fiction at all. I don't think certain hacks
like
exist in fiction according to the definition of superpower.
okay.
Oh,
So I
actually, I
mean,
So
think
you
like
can again. I agree. You can send them and like you can send them and argue
oh,
for
hold
them,
on.
but
Yeah, I'm probably okay. I won't. I probably might not use them, but at the same time, I'm just like justifying just in case, like if I can want to elaborate it further, you know.
I mean, I'm saying this because there's certain hacks that I agree with on Superpower Wiki, and there's certain hacks that I don't agree with. That's why I'm saying. But I mean, obviously, I don't know every single hack that exists on
Oh
like
no, no, that's fine.
Superpower
That's fine.
Wiki.
That's fine. You don't have to know everything. I'm just saying.
So you can send whatever definitions you want. I'm just saying that I'm allowed to contend them if I disagree with something, right? Obviously,
All right.
is
So
that
like,
fine with you?
yeah, that's fine. So like, do you want to say positions and then premises?
I don't think we need to. Let's just get into the scaling.
Well, I feel like if we have like an actual conclusion
when you
argument, like it
say
would be easy.
when
All
you
right, go
say
ahead,
that
right?
we don't need to, right? Are you saying that like
Uh,
they're using
I'm
stationary,
just.
right? Like stationary, right?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what our positions
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
are.
No.
My character wins because of his hacks or because of his AP or because of his speed. I think everything is
Yeah. Okay,
like
so are you
presupposed
going
in
off
hard
of
stances.
Who's
are you
debating,
going off
This
bro?
is
of
like,
oh my
can I
gosh,
say
bro.
something? I just feel like it's like better to justify it first, or else they'll be like, oh, well, my ability is also this way. So, hold on, like, how do I explain this
Yeah, I
better?
was just gonna ask like I was just gonna ask him like
Well, I mean, we
It's
could
like, what
just
if you
use
like you
the
don't
head.
agree with it? Like, if you like don't agree like the whole argument, like of the conclusion. So that's why I feel like if we justify it, it would be much better.
no, that you are justifying it. That's why I'm asking like hero, are you talking about syllogismic practice? So you're going to go premise one, premise A, and then conclusion, right? You're going to state that type of thing.
Well, I mean, I think there's multiple ways that a character can win. So I think that having a premise and making us grounded to like a certain
Well, you
premise is
have to have
kind
a
of
premise in
annoying.
order to. No, the problem is you have to have a premise in order for it logically
I
to
mean,
happen.
that's what
But
I'm saying.
if what you're
I think
saying
that
is if what you're saying is right that you want to go into syllogismic practice, right? You don't want to state one premise that your character like wins via hacks, right? You're only going off of stationary positions, right? That your character wins. Is that what you're saying?
yes, yeah, basically, I think that's why I said I think all of our, I think that's why I said I think in a debate between two characters, I think there's always a presupposed position that our character would win, and your
Yeah. Okay.
position would be that your character would win. So I don't think
Yeah.
you need like a premise
Those are
like
two
my
positions,
character
right? And then
hacks his.
okay, so you're saying you have these two stationary positions, and you're going to argue your premises during the debate, right?
Yes,
That you're
yes.
gonna. Okay.
Obviously by certain win cons. Win cons could be like my character like existence erases your character, or like his premise could be like my character like beats your character to death or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So I don't think we need like a grounded specific premise. I think that kind of holds both of us back within the debate to like come to like
Uh,
a full conclusion. But yeah, so I guess my position is just that my character wins the fight, and
alright.
your position be your character would win the fight
Well,
also.
I have a different position. My position would be like my character just doesn't lose to yours, and then for my premise, I feel like, yeah, I feel like Michael Myers wins via the quality of his hacks.
Blood is not infinity.
Bro, is not a physics.
Alright, can I just have my premise be the same thing then?
Oh yeah,
Because
sure. That's
I
okay. That's
know,
okay.
I've seen Infinity debate, but I know he's gonna try to do with that type of premise.
Infinity has like a big grudge on me, so all
Oh,
right.
he
I
doesn't
guess
like you.
no, like he
I'm
literally does
chilling
not
with
like me
Infinity.
at all.
I've
Why?
Because
What
debated
did
like
you
him
do to him?
multiple times.
oh, because like okay, so here I'm gonna explain it. So basically, like I don't know, I was like trolling with Klaus. I was like packing Klaus in a VC because he said something to me, and then like I mentioned like Infinity. Like I made a joke saying Infinity is like a Y-Fun victim, and apparently he took it so serious that he joined the group chat and started talking shit to me. He even asked Liar. Well, I don't know if you know Liar or not, but like he asked him to see if I had any like personal problems so he can use it against me.
That's fucking crazy. But yeah, I don't like Claps either. That nigga's a weirdo. I'm sorry.
He like I feel like he just rather revolves around Infinity for like his judgment.
I don't really care for Klaus or
Yeah, he
Kelso,
literally
but I'm
does.
chill with Infinity.
I was in his tournament. He had like Infinity trying to judge like every single time,
Yeah.
which is annoying
Are
as
y'all
hell.
debating?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
debating.
debating.
Yeah, my premise on my character doesn't lose. Your premise is what again, or your position?
Okay, for my position, I say that Michael Myers doesn't lose to yours, and then my premise would be that he wins via the quality of his hacks.
Okay.
Can I go now? Or
Well, what do you mean by like a premise? Like,
our conclusion? I mean,
are
like,
you not
do you
gonna
like want me to
state?
like send a link? Do you want me to like send a link for
No,
a
I
premise?
understand what a premise is. I just mean are you not gonna scale your AP or something?
Scale it AP. Oh no, I'm going by okay. When I said by premise, when I said like a specific premise of what my day is, like when I said like via the quality of his hacks, I'm actually just gonna go off his hacks, like saying like a wink cut saying like oh my character is absolute, so he beats yours, for example.
Okay.
All
So
right,
yo, do you want a moderator in here?
a moderate.
Yeah, I'm a mod chat. I'm a mod chat.
Okay then.
Or he could not moderator in chat. I mean like moderate the VC.
Oh, okay. I'm mod.
All right. Okay, so can I go now? Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
All right then. Yeah, I'll just send the scan debate one. Here, what the hell? It's not sending. It's alright. It's loading. It's loading. Alright, it's
What's the topic?
I forgot what is your character again?
Yeah, I haven't stated my character yet, huh?
Yeah, you hadn't.
I'll use like let me see. I'll use like let me see.
Oh hey Viper.
Let me see.
Holy shit.
Everybody is joining. W.
Who are you debating?
I'm debating the hero guy, remember?
Ah.
Oh, so
No extension.
Bro, look at Zaki Viper, look what Zaki said. He said when do you want to discuss Mario versus Compton?
I'm not know what the hell you guys talking
I'll
about.
take Springtrap's cum whenever you want. Alright, what character are you using again, hero?
I'll use Giratina from Pokemon.
W Pokemon. Alright, okay, I'll send my scan then.
Alright.
Alright, so like basically, okay, everyone stop typing. Basically in this scan it says like he's like unstoppable with his mask. So like I feel like yeah, in the scan it states that he's unstoppable. Any contentions?
Wait, what did you send the scan again?
In the debate one.
Okay. I don't see it.
You don't see it here, I'll just send it again.
I think it's because everybody's typing.
Yeah, everyone stop typing. Everyone so you can read this. Or Bro, who just locked me out of the debate chat?
That's crazy.
What the
Someone
hell?
just kicked me out of the debate chat. I can't type it in here no more or send scans. Somebody give me perms to send scans in this chat.
Yeah, it locked me out too.
Yeah, somebody okay, unlock us, cause this is so annoying. Alright, thank you.
Alright, yeah, I'm unlocked now.
Well he unlocked me, so I bet he'll unlock you.
Okay, I think there's like a clear contradiction. I think that this would only apply to your own character's verse.
Okay, wait, why do you think that again?
I think that because this would presuppose that the characters within your series that you're arguing for would be at a certain tier. So
Okay,
I think
there's like
obviously
why would it
wait, hold on.
okay.
I'm not done. Okay, so
Alright.
I think that obviously if you say that uh like in the perspective of like a 5-year-old, like a 40-year-old like fully grown man would be like unstoppable. So I think this really only is
Okay, I don't think
applicable to
that
your
analogy
own
really
verse.
makes. Okay, can I say something? I don't really think that analogy is really
Yeah,
like really makes sense at all. Cause like, okay, for scans to work,
why
every scan
not?
revolves around a verse for it to happen. Like, it's for like Goku, like he uses a Kamehameha, but yeah, it can still be applicable to use in other verses. So I don't see what's the problem with this. If he's unstoppable, then yeah, he's unstoppable. Why would it be a contradiction? Unless it's actually been contradicted, he's been defeated or not.
Well, that analogy you made is completely disanalogous because a Kamehameha is not a statement stating that this person is unstoppable. It's just an ability that Goku has, and obviously
Okay,
an
but the ability,
ability
the thing, okay, the scan I'm setting
that
is
does
an
not.
ability.
Yeah, I'm saying that your ability is revolved, or actually, I don't even think it is an ability. I think this is just a statement saying that he's unstoppable to the people within
Okay, just because,
the
okay, look,
Halloween
statements are used in
franchise.
many characters. So, like, for example, like, there's, okay, statements are everything. That's how we explain our characters. Like, we can explain a statement for our characters to, like, be super powerful or above someone. So, yeah, it would be still accurate. I don't see why this even makes sense at all. It can still be
Wait, wait,
applicable and used for other
okay,
verses. If we're using,
hold
look,
on,
look,
hold
look,
on,
look,
hold on.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. All right.
That's a
Since we're like
shotgun?
using these characters, no, what? How am I shotgunning? I'm still
You
elaborating.
said,
Like, what?
you said and, you said and. That's a
No, what?
conjunction.
No, just because I'm allowed to say and just to elaborate a scam further. I'm not like putting
Do
like
you
so
know what
many questions upon
conjunction
your
is?
argument.
Do you know what
Okay, yeah,
conjunction is?
a conjunction. I mean, there's like two definitions I know about it, so I don't know which one are you mentioning. Like, there
A
can be a
conjunction,
conjunction.
yeah, a conjunction is a word that tries to connect, or a conjunction is a word to connect two points to each other. Words like and, then, also,
Okay, but
therefore,
and is
that.
used for like every rhetorical like statement. Like, it can be used like when you're reading a book or not. Like,
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
get why that'd be
It's not.
applicable. Yes, it is. What are you talking about?
It's not. It's used to connect two points to each other.
That's literally the whole point of a statement. Like, what?
That's not. No, because that's not.
Why wouldn't
I'm
it
not
not be
just talking
applicable to a
about
statement?
statements.
Okay, but you're
I'm not
still
just
okay. I
talking
still
about
haven't even
statements.
explained my refutation here. You're just interrupting me.
You already made a point though. You just said that. Actually, I don't even remember what you said.
No,
Actually,
it was okay. It was a
Yo, can
part of
I
my
say
argument.
something? Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think this is irrelevant because Rezi already gave clarification. He's not making a new argument. He's just clarifying his argument further. Like he's just giving an
Exactly,
extrapolation.
bro. That's literally the whole
all right,
point of a
all right.
statement.
Go ahead. Clarify,
Alright,
clarify.
so another part is that we're literally putting these characters in a crossfit setting, so any ability we use would still be applicable to each other, or
Hey,
else this wouldn't work out.
you just said another point. You just said another
What?
point.
I'm explaining for this with my
You
elaboration,
literally
bro.
just agreed it was another point.
What? I never
And
said
you,
that. What?
and you're, bro, Trix, did you hear that? You just said and another point. Duh.
He's
I'm not the
muted.
one that just heard that. Okay, whatever. But you already said this before. You
What do you
already
mean?
said
When
this
did I
before.
said this before? When did I said this
You
before?
said
Wait,
that
can
this
someone
is
like confirm
applicable.
this?
You said this is applicable within the crosswords debate. Or
I
within the
mean, that's
crosswords
literally the
battle.
whole point of a debate itself. We're putting these two characters in battle, so of course we're gonna use these abilities against each other. It can't just be in an inverse setting.
Okay, I never agreed it was an ability. I'm trying to argue that it isn't an ability, therefore it's not
Okay,
applicable
but
to the
that's
crosswords
what the
battle.
whole point of refuting. Like, what? I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying that your whole argument does not make
okay,
sense. It just sounds
what's
fallacious.
what's your reputation then?
Okay, I already explained my refutation. I said that it still would be applicable, even if it's like I still inverse in an inverse setting wouldn't be relevant because I'm already explaining this as a statement further.
You said what? Say it again.
All right. Well, I forgot. I hate repeating myself. So, like I said, we were already using. Okay. Wait. Which point do you want me to use? The one that I used in the beginning, or the?
Don't just repeat your refutation.
Okay. So, like I said, I feel like it's we're still using it in a.
Or do you
It's
want me to
still gonna be
clarify
in a
while
crossfit. No, no, no. Hold on. Here, I'll just say. I'm saying like this can still be used as a crossfit setting because like the statement itself, like it's gonna be an ability as like it can be like that's how like we state people. The statements can be a revolve around any character, like how strong they are, or be above another. That's how it's been used. So I just feel like if we're gonna
That's
go to
not ability
unstoppable, it
though.
would be a contradiction. What?
It's not that saying somebody is unstoppable compared to characters within the verse is not a hack. That's just saying
No,
that this
It's
character is
just
so
an.
much.
I'm giving an analogy for a
I'm not
statement.
done. I'm not done contending. I'm not
Okay,
done contending.
go
That
ahead.
all that is saying is that this character is so far beyond these characters in the verse in terms of like I guess how strong they are that it is deemed within the story for this character to be unstoppable. This is not applicable to other series because obviously the author would not have
Okay.
knowledge on verses outside his own verse to make this statement.
Oh my, dude, we're literally using these characters in battle. It doesn't matter if it's been a different author who doesn't know the character. We're using these in a cross-verse setting. That's how we scale our characters. What are you talking about? Can someone like, hold on, am I wrong or
That
like,
doesn't
since we're getting
contend anything
moderation,
I
I
just
can just
said.
ask someone. Yeah, we can just ask someone like Tricks.
That doesn't contend anything I said.
Yo, Noah, can you say is that dick good? Can you say it?
Who the hell is Noah?
You, nigga. Can you say is
Tricks.
that dick good? Say
Nigga,
is
I'm
that
not
dick good?
Noah.
Say is that dick good. Say is that
No,
dick
I'm
good.
not saying
Yo,
that
can
shit.
Say
can
it.
someone like help like get a
I'm not
justification on
Noah,
this?
I'm
Because I don't think he
zero, bro.
understands that argument.
Bro, who the hell is saying I'm Noah, bro?
What?
Who keeps saying I am Noah?
I don't know. KZ.
I'm not
Yo,
Noah.
anyone in this VC, can somebody talk?
Hola.
Okay,
Niggers.
can someone like help justify? Because I don't think no
Konnichiwa.
argument.
Okay. Hold on. Yo, Noah, what I think Rezi is trying to argue is that because like you guys replace these characters in a crossverse setting to begin with, and this is an ability that his character has to begin with, it wouldn't only just be applicable to his verse, and it would actually be applicable to crossverse as well.
Okay, but you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm contending the fact that this is an ability in the first place. I'm not. I didn't say this is an ability. I said that.
Your only
I'm saying that.
contention that to this being and not being an ability was the fact that this is a statement, or that it was a statement that was made, rather than.
That's not the only reason. That's not the only reason.
So then, what is your reason?
I said my reason is that this statement revolves around how strong the characters in the verse are. I'm not saying that this is just a statement, therefore it's not a hack. I'm saying that this is a statement revolving, or that is dependent around how strong the characters in the verses are. Meaning it's a statement for AP. Because if I say, this dude in the army is unstoppable, I'm not saying he's unstoppable to the whole planet. I'm saying in the army, he is unstoppable, meaning he's better than everybody else in the army.
Okay, you're gonna have to like justify that, and like in the statement itself, you're gonna have to like that burden is on you to prove whether or not it's like in like in a specific way, like for him to be like unstoppable against humans. You would have had to like
Uh,
that burden is depending on you.
I already said my justification on that. I said that it's a statement
No, you
revolving around
didn't.
his own. I said it's a statement revolving around his own verse. So, yeah.
I already told you that burden is on you to justify whether or not it's only in a burden. The statement itself, it just says like he's unstoppable. It never like made a specific way. It never like even it wasn't specifically saying that, oh, it's against humans or like the whole planet. Like it's just saying he's unstoppable. Like I don't get it. You're a whole lot.
The fact that the author said this about a character within his
Okay,
own
how do
verse
you
is
know what the
already
author
before that.
thinks? Hold on. What? How are you the author of this scan or no?
No, but I can just use
Exactly.
basic
So why? Okay, one that's still not applicable. You're not the author
This
of this scan, so you can't just say, "Oh, it only works on an inverse setting." You're gonna have to prove it is.
I'm saying based off of what this person said, it would only be applicable within the
How can
crossword
you like?
study.
Hold on. How do you
Within
know
the
what
verse
this
study.
person is justifying? Like what you're just like believing what they're saying at this point, that without any justification towards it.
Yeah, I'm taking what they're saying at face value. I think that my interpretation should be over yours because I'm taking this statement at face value, which would be that he's unstoppable to the characters within his own
No,
verse.
but it's
Since
still
he's
you're
saying,
gonna have to.
wait,
Okay.
I'm not finished, I'm not finished. I'm saying that I'm taking this at face value because he's saying these characters are unstoppable. Obviously, he's saying this within his own verse because he's making a statement about a character within this series, I guess called Halloween or something like that. You're trying to make this weird interpretation. You're trying to make this weird interpretation that this author is, for some reason, applying this to every verse within fiction. So I think my interpretation should be taken over yours like naturally.
That's literally not how it works, bro. Okay, hold on,
It's
hold
how
on.
it
Let me
works.
explain it. Hold on, hold on. How do I explain it? Hold on. Let me explain it.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Collaboration. So I can put it in a better way. Okay. Statement that goes in this figure. Okay, so like, oh, damn it, I forgot about it again. Hold on. A statement that goes in a interpretation statement. Okay, I feel like you're still okay. Like, I don't think you're getting what I'm trying to say here because I feel like okay, you're still gonna like for like every justification we put towards a character, it would actually clarify whether or not it's in like an inverse setting. So like, I don't really think you interpreting it would just be based off belief and it wouldn't be applicable at all. So I feel like it's safe to assume like he's still unstoppable. I don't get why like it wouldn't be not because that's just based off belief. You're just going off what someone thinks.
I'm not. I already told you I'm not going off what somebody thinks. I'm going off of the. I'm taking this statement at face value, which is the
Base
author
value. Okay, can you
stating.
elaborate what do you mean by base value?
I'm making an interpretation based off what the author is
Okay, do you
saying.
okay look,
I'm not.
you just
Wait,
said
wait,
it was
wait, wait, wait.
interpretation.
I'm making an interpretation based off of the author saying, and I'm deducting what he would mean by that by like basic reasoning. I don't think that we should assume that this person would be implying this statement to other verses, since it wouldn't make sense for him to
Okay,
write
why wouldn't
this
it not okay,
series.
this still
Wait,
doesn't no this
I'm
argument
not
still
done.
doesn't
I'm
yeah.
not done justifying that. I don't think that the author would make a series or a statement within a series to apply to anything outside of his own verse and outside of the characters within his own verse. And I think this is also shown because literally it's consistent for like Michael Myers to like tank bullets and shotgun shells and like regular human weapons. I don't think that anything outside of the Halloween verse has showed to be like not affect Michael Myers. I think the
Okay, so
author is
like
like
I got a
putting the
question. Do you
statement
like
in
know the whole
reverse.
meaning? Do you like know the whole meaning of what this statement is, or you're just like just trying to like elaborate it by what you think?
I mean, I can read it again. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me
Okay,
see.
yeah, you
It's
read
all the
that.
way up here. It says, the shape hurts, but pain means nothing to him, whether it's his own or someone else's. There's only one thing that's important to him now, regaining his face. He feels the cool night air on his skin and then finds the sensation revolting. His true face protects him from the outer world, helps him control the maelstrom that rages inside him. It gives him focus, purpose. Without it, he is diminished. With it, he is unstoppable. Yeah, I don't see what else you're like interpreting this
Okay, so
as.
like you don't know the full meaning to it. That's what you're trying to say.
Uh, I, I don't know how. I don't. Like I said, I'm just taking this at face value. I don't
Face
know
value.
what,
Okay,
like,
one face value revolves around an interpretation. If you like, if you're going off interpretation and don't know the full meaning behind it, it wouldn't be interpretation at all, and you just admitted you don't know the full meaning
I
towards it.
mean,
So I feel like that
you,
just, I feel like that your argument would just be fallacious at this point because you don't understand the full meaning towards it.
no, because, well, first of all, that's stupid because that assumes that everybody you would be debating would have knowledge on this verse. So I think that me taking it at face value is completely
Okay, but
fine.
one, you just said you were taking as an interpretation. Do you not know the definition of what an interpretation means?
I'm taking it as an interpretation based off what I'm seeing and the argument
Okay,
you're
you're
trying to
still
make.
okay. That's still an interpretation. It's okay. Do you want me to say
Yeah,
like a
I don't
definition
see
of an
I don't see
interpretation?
what's wrong with me interpreting
Okay,
interpreting
because
it
you're
that way.
still okay. You're trying to explain. Okay, because you're trying to like elaborate the full meaning towards it. That's what the interpretation means. You're explaining the meaning of something. Yeah, but you don't know the full meaning towards it. So I feel like you just contradicted your own interpretation. So your argument wouldn't be applicable.
Repeat that.
Okay, like I said. Okay, so I feel like okay. So
Noah,
one interpretation. Wait, what?
Noah, use your real voice, nigga.
Bro, I'm not know what the fuck you talking about.
Okay, all right, I'll just say. So like, okay, for interpretation, you gotta like, since you say you don't know a full meaning towards it, it would just contradict your whole interpretation because the interpretation you gotta like, you're like explaining the meaning towards it and have like the knowledge towards it. But since you don't know the full meaning towards it, I feel like that your interpretation would just be like contradicted and wouldn't be applicable.
I never
Unless,
denied
hold
it
on,
was an
hold on.
interpretation.
Unless you want me to send a definition of what interpretation means.
Wait, so what are you trying to argue? You're trying to say that you know the
I feel like
context and
I'm
not
saying that your interpretation and your whole argument would just be like, I don't know, would not be applicable at all, and then we can just
why
move
not.
on. Because I already I already justified it. You don't know the full meaning towards it. Yeah, you said you were making an interpretation towards it. If you don't know the full meaning towards it, then we
I
can just move
mean,
on.
the meaning is that he 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 can't function without his mask. That's like what I'm getting from it. Because it says
Okay,
that
but still, you just
it
okay.
talks
You
about
already
wait, wait, wait.
hold on.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
just making I'm telling you, like, it says that he's like it basically is saying that he's like unmotivated to do shit like without his mask, and with it he's unstoppable within like his own verse.
Okay, that does not that doesn't correlate anything of what I just said. I literally just
Wait,
you literally
what?
just admitted you don't know the full meaning towards it. Okay, we can just appeal to the VC if you just said that. Didn't he
How
just
do
say he
you
doesn't have the full
wait?
knowledge for meaning? What?
Wait, why does me not knowing the full meaning of it mean anything?
Because that goes upon interpretation. You said you were interpreting this scan, yet you don't know the full meaning towards it.
You're also interpreting the scan in a way that you
How am I
think that this
interpreting it?
you're interpreting the scan to be like unstoppable feat from like the
Okay, but I'm
Mayans.
actually explaining the meaning towards it. You just said you didn't know the meaning towards it, so I feel like that still does not correlate anything with what I just said, and we can just move on, or we can just appeal
Wait,
to VC.
how do you know the meaning of it though?
Because well, I see that I have the definition. Do you want me to send it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, got you.
You have the definition of what?
Interpretation. The definition of interpretation.
I mean, I know what an interpretation is. I never denied that. What I'm saying is an interpretation.
I'm still saying it because you still asked me to. So yeah, here. Debate one. Wow, everyone's all typing. All right, sent
Yeah,
it in
no.
chat.
Is that there yet before? Okay. The action of explaining the meaning of something. Okay. How does this contradict anything?
Okay, like I said, you don't know the full meaning towards it. And since you're saying you were getting an
Oh
interpretation
my
for it, yet you
god,
don't know the full meaning towards it,
I've
so
already attacked
contradicted.
this. I've already
No,
attacked
you
this, Rezi.
didn't. No, you didn't.
Rezi,
You didn't attack
Rezi,
any of this. Here, we can appeal to VC.
Rezi,
We can just appeal to
Rezi,
VC. Do you want to
Rezi,
appeal to VC?
Rezi.
What?
I already said I'm explaining the meaning of something. Or I'm
Yeah,
explaining
okay, but you
the
still don't know the full knowledge. You just
wait,
admitted you don't know the full knowledge towards it.
wait. I'm explaining the meaning of the scan based off what I'm seeing, so I'm taking it at face value. You cannot rely
Oh
on
my,
everybody
do you not
knowing
face
the
value
context of
revolves
the
around
scan.
interpretation. Here, we can
Hold
just go to
on,
conclusions.
Noah, you just went circular as hell because he explained why you cannot
Now,
take it at full value if you don't know the full meaning behind it. That's what he argued like way earlier.
it doesn't say the full meaning, it just says the meaning.
A
Okay,
meaning? Okay,
and
Same
you're
you're
thing.
also,
explaining.
and you're
Explaining a
also
meaning of something that you understand. Like I can explain something that I'm aware. Like I can say, oh, I explain what one plus one is. I can explain. Okay, explaining something it means like you have the knowledge for it. But since you just admitted you don't know how, you don't have the full knowledge towards it, then we can just say that you're not interpreting anything because you don't even know the full scan itself, and we can just move on.
wait, so, okay, then prove that you have knowledge on the, or prove that you know the full meaning of the scan.
Okay, why are you shooting the
You,
birding on me?
That's not shifting the
I'm
burden.
sorry. You asked
Yeah,
him
I'm
to
going.
prove that you have to have knowledge on something to explain. Is that what you asked?
No, he claimed that in order to make an interpretation, you need to know the full meaning of the scan, and I'm saying that if he doesn't know the full meaning of the scan, he can't make an interpretation either. So
Yeah, but I'm
basically
asking you that first.
hold on, hold on,
What's
hold on, hold on. I'm explaining to
okay.
the judge. I'm basically using his own definition of interpretation against him.
Oh, okay.
And that's basically what I'm doing. Because he claimed and agreed that you need to have the knowledge on the full meaning of the scan in order to interpret something. And I'm saying that okay, if you want to make this interpretation of you saying Michael Myers is unstoppable due to the scan, then you would also need to have knowledge on the scan in order to make that interpretation. So I'm saying that this is literally like he's like making himself concede because of the scan. Like you kind of fucked yourself, buddy. So yeah,
Alright, can I go?
proving all the full meaning of the scan,
Okay,
yeah.
what okay, so like can you explain like what do you mean by full meaning? Like what is there do you want me to explain?
You said that the full meaning of the scan of you said that in order to interpret something you need to know the
Okay,
full
but you're
meaning.
asking me what is it do you want me to explain for the full meaning?
Just proving know the full context of the scan.
Okay, yeah, I know the full context. He's unstoppable. So what is there I need to explain?
How do we know that if you don't know the full meaning of it? That's kind
What?
of
What do
begging
you
the
mean? I
question.
just explained it. The scan itself states it itself. What are you talking about?
That still doesn't matter because that's just
Why
proving
does
that.
it not matter? Hold on. Why does that not matter?
Because that doesn't prove the full context. You're just saying.
Okay,
Again, you're
what
just
are
saying
you?
that.
That is
You're
the
just
full
saying that.
context. You just want me to read?
You're
No, no,
just
no, hold
saying
on, hold
that.
on. No, no, let
Oh
me
wait,
explain.
wait,
Do you want me to
I'm
read
not
the
done.
whole
I'm not
scan
done. I'm
itself?
not done. I'm
You
not done.
just
I'm
want me to
not
read the
done.
whole scan?
I
Because like,
wasn't
hold on. The
done.
context itself is just saying it's unstoppable. What
Moderator,
context are you trying to explain me?
moderator. Alright,
Sure, we can.
okay. Alright, thank you for, like, not screaming anymore. Yeah, like I said, that is making an impression because I already told you that why do you have, or prove that you know the full context of the scan,
What is there
saying,
that I need to prove? Like, what did you want me to prove? That's what I'm asking you. You're not telling me. You're just saying to prove it without any justification.
I said prove the context.
What context? The context is in the scan itself. I already proved it. It's in the scan.
Wait, so you agree we can make an interpretation based off what we see in the scan then?
Yeah, but
Wait,
here,
so
no, that doesn't. No, hold on, let me explain. No,
you're
no,
again
look, yeah,
contradicting
that's what I'm
yourself.
talking about. But like, hold on, you literally just admitted yourself. You don't have the full meaning of that scan. You just still contradicted yourself. You still admitted it. We can just appeal to VC.
Wait, no, because you're backtracking because you also
How am
agreed
I
to that.
backtracking? Wait, no. How? What? How am I backtracking?
Wait,
But
because you
no,
also, wait, because you already agreed that,
No,
that
hold
you
on,
don't know
Chicks.
the
Go
full
ahead and say
context
something.
of the scan.
No,
Tricks
hold on,
isn't
Chicks is a little.
judge. Tricks isn't
What? We're
judging
going off
Trevor.
moderation. I said we can appeal to VC.
Nigga, and? You think I agree to that shit?
Oh yeah, I mean, it sounds like he did because he was
See,
talking like a few minutes ago.
I thought you
No,
said
no, no,
right
no, no,
talk.
no. Hold on. You still okay? Because Trix was talking earlier, and you still had no problem with that earlier. So why do you not
And?
agree with it? Okay, what do you mean?
And?
And you still agree to it? You didn't
That
have a
doesn't
problem with
mean,
that before,
what,
right?
wait, how does me not having a problem with it mean that I agree to it, his opinion?
Because he was explaining it to you so that you can agree with it. What? What are you talking
Okay,
about?
so basically what he's saying is he asked you, and this is within the debate, he asked you, do you know the full meaning of the scan? You said no, you're going off the interpretation of what you see, right? What you can understand. And he said if you don't know the full meaning, then you cannot make an interpretation because you have to know, you have to have that knowledge, right? Basically what he is saying is it cannot be applied onto him because he's doing what you were trying to do, except he didn't agree that he had no knowledge on what he was saying. He didn't agree that he
Thank
didn't have the full knowledge.
I mean, I think that would just be automatically applied to him as well, because we're both going off of what we're seeing within the scan, like I said
no.
before. I literally said, I'm making an interpretation based off of what I'm seeing within the scan, and he proceeded to say, oh, well, that's not an interpretation unless you know the full meaning of it. And he also said that, and then I proceeded to say, okay, then that means that we wouldn't know the full meaning either, because
No, the
you're
problem
just going
is
based on
that
what you said.
the problem with that is, right, that they're saying that he doesn't have the full meaning, but he's going off he's arguing off the presupposition that he does. When you said he doesn't know the full meaning, he said it is verbatim in the scan. He is going verbatim saying, hey, the interpretation I am giving is verbatim in the scan, right? That's where it is, right? And he's saying that's the full meaning. But he's applying all of his argument into that. It's not, oh, you don't know the full meaning because of context, right? He stated the context is in the scan, the full meaning is in the scan, and everything else is in the scan.
Yeah,
He's
and
going off the presupposition that he knows the full meaning.
I already told you that. That's literally him contradicting himself, because I said that I'm
No,
going
you just.
based off. Oh my god. I literally agreed that I'm taking this thing at face value. And you're like, oh,
Wait,
you're not
Noah,
because you
you
don't have an
can say,
interpretation.
hold on, Noah, you can say you're taking it at face value, but Rezi explained why you cannot take it at face value already.
Why not? Why not?
He explained that way earlier.
What did he say?
I don't remember his explanation.
You just, like I said,
Bro,
you already just admitted yourself that you don't know the full context to it. That's why I was like asking you, since you don't know the full interpretation to it, then it shouldn't be applicable to me, and it would just contradict your own argument.
wait, repeat that? Repeat that?
Basically, you taking it to face value, saying that you have the interpretation of it, right? You're making an interpretation. That's what face value means. He said that the interpretation has to be false because you don't know the full meaning. Therefore, you're contradicting yourself. You saying I don't know the full
Wait, but
meaning contradicts.
that's literally a contradiction, because my interpretation is based off of the 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 content, or the scan itself. And if he agrees that the scan itself is not enough for it to be an interpretation, then he'll just be contradicting himself. I already explained this before. I said that I'm making my interpretation based off of what is said within the scan, and he proceeds to say, oh, well, that's not interpretation,
He
because you don't know
proceeded to
the full
say,
meaning
"Do
of the
you know
scan.
the?" He asked you, "Do you know the full meaning of the scan?"
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did. What?
What?
When did he say that? He just said that I don't know
Bro,
the full
What do you
meaning.
mean? What
bro,
are you get the
no,
question in
he
the first
asked
place?
you. That's like the only reason you guys are here.
Well, okay, maybe I misinterpreted it, because I thought he was saying like the background context. If you get what I'm trying to
Background
say.
context?
I mean, yeah, like I thought you meant like the context within like the story that led up to this statement.
Bro.
That's why I said I'm taking this at face value, because that's literally all I have
Okay.
to make this interpretation, is that one scan that you sent. So I think it's like a misunderstanding, actually,
I don't
if
really.
that's what you
Okay.
meant.
I don't know, cause like I don't really think this was a misunderstanding. I feel like you did know this before, cause like okay, when I asked you if you had the full meaning to it, you were like actually elaborating about why it wouldn't be. You're taking it, like you said, you took it at face value. If you're taking it at face value, then yeah, you're already taking,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
already
taking it. No,
interpreting.
I'm taking that at face value. I said that because obviously
Oh my god.
you only sent one scan. Not you didn't send like the whole storybook that led up to the scan. So
Okay, why? Okay, one.
obviously I don't
Why,
know the full
hold on.
context.
Can I
Like
say something?
I understand it. I'm just taking at face value based on what is within this one scan. That's what I meant by
Okay,
taking at face
okay. Can I
value.
explain something? I don't think me bringing up the whole book page would be relevant in this argument, so I don't get what you're trying to get out of this.
Well, I mean, you don't have to bring up the whole book page. You just have to like, you just I thought you meant like a couple maybe pages before this or something.
Why? Okay, why would I need to do that?
I didn't say you need to do that. I'm saying that that's what I thought.
Okay,
That's
if I
what I
didn't need to do that,
interpreted.
I just don't get what you're getting out of this.
I thought you were saying since I don't know the full context, and I thought you meant context as in like the story
Okay, but
behind
why is this
the
burden on me if you
statement.
didn't know that? Wait, why is this burden on me if you didn't know that, if it was a
It's
misinterpretation?
it's not on me. It's not on anybody. I'm just saying that That's why I interpreted that.
Okay,
So I
okay.
think
So then,
that
if it's
I think
not
that I
okay, if
should be
it's
able
not
to
a
attack
misinterpretation.
your. I think I
No,
should
no,
be
no,
able
hold
to
on. Let me
attack
talk. Let me
your
talk. Let me talk.
argument
So it's like,
instead.
okay. So since this is not a big problem, then we can already just go by that. You've already agreed. You don't know how the full context to it, then we can just move on.
No, cause I had two interpretations on what you meant by
What? Okay. What is the
context.
second interpretation?
Well, the first interpretation was what I just said, the whole story behind this statement, and the
The whole
second.
story? I don't
Hold
recall.
on, not the whole story. I mean, like obviously, like a couple pages or like the relevance held behind like this this page right here that you sent. The second one was obviously what you just said right now. Like you you meant the context as in just this one scan. I thought you meant the context as in like the whole like
Okay, okay, hold on, hold on.
of the scan.
Okay, like I said, you already just admitted that it doesn't matter if you couldn't understand it or not. I already told you this burden is on me. That's your fault.
Wait, repeat that.
I said, okay, you've already just said that it wouldn't matter if you couldn't understand it or not. If it's not a big problem, then yeah, you still agree that you don't know the full context to it. I don't get why is this burden on me? Like, cause I like try and
No.
justify it from him. Like, hold on, cause I like try and elaborate and put this, like explain it
No,
to me better.
I think that's your fault. You didn't elaborate what you meant by context until I brought up it was a contradiction on what you were saying.
Okay, what was the contradiction? Because I don't know. Like, what you're saying right
Uh,
now just really
cause
does not make sense at all.
you remember when you said I don't know the full meaning to it. I thought you meant as in I don't know the whole story leading up until this statement, and I said okay, prove you
Why
don't
would I?
know that.
Okay, I.
Hold on,
Why would I be? No, 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 no. That's the thing. Why would I explain the full meaning of the whole story itself if I'm arguing about it being
you didn't
unstoppable?
have to say that. You didn't have to say like the the scans, maybe, or maybe like the context leading up to the statement. And then
Okay,
after
but
I said,
still, that's
okay,
not what I
well,
was arguing for. You're already aware that I'm arguing for it to be unstoppable. So why would I need to like clarify it for you?
because you claim that, well, because I already said, like, oh, well, it's stated within this one scan. And then you were like,
Okay, I
oh,
don't think.
well,
No, I don't think you said that was.
I did say that. I said I'm taking this at face value. Uh, and then
We already moved
obviously,
on from that point.
and then the face value would obviously be like, the whole entire scan, which would be him saying that he's unstoppable. And then you're like, oh, that's not enough justification because it's not an interpretation, since you don't
Okay,
know
that's not what I
the
just said.
full
I said
meaning of the
I
scan.
literally asked you
Hold on,
before
hold on, I'm
this.
not done,
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
done,
no. Can I
Evan.
say something?
Hold
No,
on,
no, no,
I'm not
please.
done, I'm not,
No, look, can I just say something? Just once.
I'm
I'll
not
let you.
done, I'm
I'll let
not
you talk.
done.
I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk. Just let me say. All right. So
Yo,
like,
can we
when I
have like
asked
a
you the question
moderator
before.
in here?
Oh,
Can we have
okay.
like a moderator?
Sure.
Is this nigga gonna like moderate or not? Cause like, you're like over talking me like,
No, it's like, because you're not getting what I'm trying to say here. That's why I'm asking you. Like, that's why I ask you. Let me like ask you what I questioned you
oh,
before.
you can interject after and then clarify. Uh,
Okay, just go ahead and
yeah,
say something. Go ahead.
like what I was saying. I said I was taking this thing at face value because I was looking at the scan, I read it, and then I was making an interpretation based off of what was within the scan. And you were like, oh, well, you can't make an interpretation. You can't make an interpretation because you don't know the full meaning of the scan because you're taking this at face value. And then I was like, okay, well, how to prove that you know the full meaning of the scan either. And then after I brought up that contradiction, you proceeded to say, oh, well, I already know the full meaning. It's within the scan itself. And then that's when I said, oh, but you already agreed that when I said that, you said that that's not enough to be an interpretation. That's what you said.
Okay, look, because okay, look, why do I have to say this when you've already admitted it yourself? Why does this have to be on my burden? Can someone like okay, can someone here like trying to explain my argument from better? Because I don't think he understands what I'm trying to say here, and I don't want
Well,
to
because
repeat
we
myself.
just had two conflicting definitions of what,
Here, we can
like,
just have like
context
Rocco
was.
explain both our arguments,
Well, I
or do
don't
you
think
just want
it
to go to
matters.
conclusion?
I don't really think it matters because we both had two conflicting definitions.
Okay, if we both have like
context.
two both conflicting arguments, then we can just go to
So
like
under
we just go by
okay,
what the right.
no,
We can
no,
just
no,
go with
but
the moderator
but it's
things.
because the reason why I agreed I didn't know the full meaning was because I was going under the interpretation that you
Okay,
had
I've
about
already
that.
just said this earlier.
But
I
you
already just said this earlier. You said
I
it
said
wasn't a big problem to begin with, so it doesn't. That burden isn't on me. That's your fault, not mine.
No, because again, I think you should clarify what you mean by context.
Okay, one I
I
already
think,
told you I don't need to clarify. You
Wait,
just said it
Noah,
wasn't
why
a big
didn't you, Noah, why didn't you just ask for clarification if you like
Oh
didn't
my god, I should have just
understand?
said that.
because it's not my burden to clarify. He needs to
What?
No,
clarify
no,
what.
what? That's not what I
Hey,
said. I said, why didn't you ask him for clarification instead
Yeah,
of?
it's not my burden to ask for clarification. There's
Oh, so
multiple.
then, if you
No,
misinterpreted
no, no,
it or if
no,
you
no,
didn't understand what
no,
he meant, that's not his
wait.
fault either.
No, it is his fault because context can literally mean like anything. This nigga's just trying to rat and like now he's trying to switch
No,
what context
that
is.
isn't his fault. If we are debating
That is
the
his fault.
existence of no, if we are debating the existence of God, right? And I say Jesus rose from heaven, right? And you are like, oh, and you don't ask for context for that, right? It just falls due that Jesus rose from heaven because you didn't contend that. What he is saying here is
I think
it
that's. I
falls
think.
on you. It falls on you to get an understanding of what something is because he's giving an argument. He's saying this is the case, right? If you want a higher
No,
understanding,
I
you
actually
ask.
disagree with
You
that.
ask. You
I actually
ask.
disagree with that.
Hey,
I
Viper,
actually
quick
disagree
question.
with that.
Why?
Question.
I disagree with
Why?
that.
When people debate, do they typically give the full context when they aren't asked to?
If they aren't asked to, then no. Why would you give the full context?
Exactly. And because you didn't give the full context, does that mean you are in the wrong because you didn't understand
No,
what the
that's.
stand was meaning?
I think that's different because I think
How's
that
that
in that
different? It's the
context,
exact same situation here.
because in that context, you have to clarify what you think God is and why you think that Jesus is like God or whatever. I don't think it's like the
Yeah,
other
but then I
person's
also
burden to
asked, but I
say.
also asked Viper the same situation that's coming here now in debating. Doesn't matter either way, right? You
Yeah,
have to ask for
I disagree.
clarification
I
because
disagree
that's
with what
on
Viper
you.
said.
Okay,
I
you
mean,
disagree with what he
I
said,
don't
right?
care. Is Viper God? Like, I don't care what that nigga has to say.
Well, I'm just getting testimony.
I don't care about Viper's testimony. But I'm saying that,
Asking everyone
I'm
else,
saying
or
that's
do you just
different.
not care about testimony at all?
That's
If you don't
different.
care about testimony at
Wait,
all,
that's
then
different.
that's fine,
That's
right?
different. I didn't say I don't care about testimony at all. I said I don't care about Viper's testimony.
No, okay, that's fine. I don't care either, right? Let's just go off of this, right?
Wait,
I sent you a
let me
step.
say that, wait.
No hero. Oh my. Okay,
Let
we're
me say
dropping
what
the
I'm trying to
Viper thing.
say.
We're dropping the Viper thing.
I
Just say
know,
what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna talk about Viper. I'm trying to continue what you said. Okay, I think that's different because within a debate on like God exists versus God does not exist,
Let me turn off my music.
I think that you come in with that debate with two conflicting definitions of what God is to begin with. So I
You
think
have
it's
two.
your burden
Wait.
to clarify what you think God is. Because obviously within a God debate, you're debating on whether or not the definition of God is correct, or if this God that he's clarifying to be even exists in the first place. So I think that's entirely different. And I think the
No.
same can be said for
No.
this definition.
Because it's
Not for this definition, for this scenario. We both had conflicting definitions of what context was.
no.
He just failed to elaborate on what he meant by context, which I think is his fault, not my fault. So,
Said
No,
yeah.
that's oh my God. Look, Noah. If you don't ask him for context, why would he random? I mean, if you don't ask him for clarification, why would he randomly
also
just
what you just
clarify
said is
something?
Because I
right.
already
No,
told him what I thought. I already told him what I
You
thought
didn't say that
context was.
initially, though. You didn't say that initially, though. Unless you did.
I already told him what I thought context was. So if he disagreed and thought that context is just what's
That's why
within
you.
this
That's what I'm saying.
stand,
That's why you should have asked for
then it's
clarification
his
before. Oh
burden.
my God.
No, no,
That doesn't make it his
listen to
burden.
me,
no, that doesn't make
listen
it
to
his
me.
burden at all.
No, listen to me. If we both have conflicting definitions of what context is, we know this is the case because I told him what I thought context was, and he said, "Oh." And then
You
once I
said that after. Oh my
wait.
god.
Once that happened, and then once I switched that onto him. Once I was like, okay, well, then by that definition, you don't know what context is either. And then he proceeded to say, oh, I do know what context is because all the context and meaning is within this one scan. It's up to him to clarify what he meant by context when he's trying to argue his own stance.
No,
It's not
that's
my
No,
fault.
circular.
no, it's
That's
not.
circular, Noah.
No, it's not.
That's not
That's
circular,
that's
Trey.
you
That is.
going. No, that's you
And I'm not
assuming
Noah, I'm
something.
Hero.
No, that's you assuming something of his argument.
Bro, stop
That has
calling
nothing
me
to do with
Noah.
him. If I
Bro, why does everybody keep
assume a
calling me
part of
Noah?
your argument, that is my fault. You
Yo,
assumed
hold on.
what
Why
you
does
thought
everybody
his
keep calling me
context
Noah?
meant. No, you assumed what you thought his context meant. It's not his fault. He doesn't say,
Uh,
"Oh yeah, by context, I mean this." Right? When I send
I
you a
mean,
scan
I
and
don't
I'm
think me,
arguing for the
I
scan,
don't,
it
I don't think
follows
me
that I am
assuming.
talking about the. Hey,
Wait,
wait.
wait, wait,
It follows
wait,
I am
wait.
talking about the scan. Okay, go ahead. You know what?
Uh,
Since you want to cut me off, just go ahead.
okay. I don't think that's actually true because I think that I already explained that. If he had a conflicting definition of context was, he should have elaborated on what he meant by context instead
That's what
of
we're arguing about
instead.
right now.
So why didn't he say this when he was contending my argument then?
Your argument about how you didn't know the context. What'd you say?
No, when I said, okay, you don't know the full meaning either, then prove you know the full meaning. And
That's
he
No.
literally
said,
not what you just said. You did
Yeah,
not just say that.
that's not what
that's what he
happened.
said.
That's not. No. You ask him to prove that he knows the context of it, and he said
Exactly.
he does. It's in the scan.
I said, prove he knows the full meaning. And
Yeah,
then
and
he
he
was
said it was in
like,
the
Okay.
scan.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Yes.
he
And he
said he
said it's in
knew
the
what it was.
scan. Yeah, and he
So
said it's in
when
It's,
the
I
it's in the
was
scan.
scan.
arguing,
Yeah, that's what
so
he said.
when
He said it's in the scan.
so when he was arguing why I didn't know the full meaning, it was his burden to prove, or it was his burden to elaborate on what he meant by context.
No,
No,
again, you
it's
just
Yes.
stated
not.
the same exact thing. Okay, let me
Yeah.
restate
You.
what you just said, right? You just said,
Yeah.
okay, I said, right, that that just means that it's contradictory, right? You don't know the full context. Can you show me the can you show me that you know the full context? He says, oh yeah, I can, right? It's within the scan. And you're saying that is contradictory to what you thought context was. That's you assuming. He does not have to say, oh, the context I meant was actually this scan. He presented the scan. He presented you his argument, and you assumed that there was more to this argument that you didn't see.
I mean, I
That's
just
on you.
assumed.
That's on you. That's
No,
not on
no,
him.
I think I assumed that because, based off of what he was arguing, it is pretty obvious that he had a conflicting definition of what context was in the first place. So I think him not like elaborating on that
You just
is
changed
his
exactly
fault.
what you said. You said that y'all had a similar version of context, and you asked him to prove that he knew what it was. And now you're saying he has a different version of context based off what he was arguing, which is yes, that scan. But how does that stop you from assuming what you assumed, which is the fact that it had additional context other than the scan? It is still an assumption on your part.
I disagree with that because again, like I just said, he knew what I thought. He knew what I thought context was, and he
How
still
would
didn't
he? You were arguing
elaborate.
something. You were arguing something, right? And then you said, and then
Yes.
he asked you, "Hey, do you know the full meaning to get an interpretation?" You said, "No, I don't know the full meaning to get an interpretation." Right? And then he says, "Okay, if you don't know the full meaning, then you can't get an interpretation. You can't take it at face value." And you say, "Well, do you know the full meaning?" This falls back on you. And he's like, "Oh, I don't see how that's my burden, right? But yes, I do know the full context. It's the scan, right?" When did he say, "Oh, I know that person is saying that context means additional thing added onto my scan"? Actually, the second you said that you thought it was additional context added to the scan, he said, "No, that's not what it was."
Wait, I don't even see this holding any relevance in the first place because even if I did agree to that, I'm just agreeing to like my own definition of what context is. How does this
You're
like
disagreeing to
mean
your
even
own
the point?
definition?
I agreed to what
You
I
can
thought
disagree.
context was. So I don't see how this means like I conceded the point or anything. I can still contend like what he means based off what he thinks context is.
I'm sorry. Trix, can you like restate his argument for me? Because I feel like I didn't hear it. Do you know Noah's
Okay,
argument?
now
Well, what's the
okay,
argument? Wait, you want me to restate Noah's argument? Like the one that he just gave right now?
Yeah.
Oh, what he said is pretty much just like that. When he agreed to like the definition, when he agreed to like him not understanding like the whole context of it and everything, like him not understanding the meaning was pretty much because he was going under his definition of what context were. So like this doesn't really matter because, it was just like based off of his definition. He wasn't going based off of Rezi's definition.
yeah. So
Yeah, so he's saying
how
it's a
does that mean
misunderstanding,
that?
right?
How does that mean that I conceded the point though? That's what I'm saying. Like, is that what Reggie's trying? Oh my god! Oh, can somebody turn off that
Yeah,
Transformers ass game?
Yeah. Don't hate on Brawlhalla, bro. Yeah, that's my fault.
Fuck Brawlhalla, that shit's trash.
Oh, okay, buddy.
Alright,
Yeah.
I don't see how this
Yeah,
means I
yeah.
conceded the
And
point.
y'all can
We
argue on
could
that,
just
but what
we
we
could
were,
just keep we could just keep arguing under his own interpretation of what
yeah.
context is.
Hero, you can do that, right? What spawned this whole thing was just that you were saying that it was his fault for what happened because of your
No,
assumption,
but I
right?
don't think it
Because
matters
you
whose fault it
already
is. It doesn't mean
understand.
I conceded the point. That's my point.
Okay, we can go off of that, right? You don't have to concede the point, right? I
Okay,
understand, right? I
concede
understand what you
I
mean,
didn't
right?
concede the point.
No,
Okay,
I understand what you mean because it was a misunderstanding, right? Y'all can
yes.
continue to debate. But what I was
All right.
going at you for was the fact that you were saying that it was Resi's fault. That's it.
Okay. I mean, I don't think it matters if it was Reggie's fault or not. It still wouldn't mean like anybody conceded
It
the
does because
point.
you were putting a burden on Resi. We were arguing whether or not it was his burden.
Okay, that's fine. I'll drop that burden and we can keep arguing under why Michael Myers doesn't have this like AP or ability or whatever he's trying to make it.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so again, your so your definition of context is just like what's it
Wait. Oh,
what's it
never mind.
understand.
Go ahead. You
So
say?
you're saying that you're making an interpretation and the full meaning is blah 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 what's within the scan. Yeah. So just say your argument again.
State my argument. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like forgot about it. But, okay, so like anyway, like are we going back to the part where like you wanted me to know the full context to it?
No. I'm just saying like explain why he has this ability or whatever you're trying to classify it as.
Okay, I've already explained it. It's the scan literally states itself. He's unstoppable. What are you trying to refute here? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, my refutation is that the author is making a statement within a character within his own verse. The author is
Okay.
writing a statement about something within his own verse. So why would this
Okay,
be
I've
applicable
already
to every
justified this
other
earlier.
verse?
Okay, look. Hero, I've already justified this earlier. We're already putting these characters in a cross-verse setting. We're literally putting him in a battle. What do you mean this only works on his verse? If he's unstoppable.
I
No.
okay.
No. You're gonna have to, it's your burden. No. It's your burden to justify or show any evidence that the author states that it's only like applicable to his verse. Like, for example, like, oh, he's unstoppable against humans and all that. The scan itself just says that he's unstoppable. Like literally, there's nothing specific about it. It's never saying, oh, he's unstoppable against the whole world or some shit like that. It's never justifying or specifically saying that. It's just saying that he's unstoppable. So yeah, you can go ahead and refute it.
Guys, I don't think he understands. Can y'all like simplify my argument?
Sure, I guess. Here, Chicks, do you understand his argument?
No.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
so
if I had to
I'm
like
saying
restate it,
I'm
Hold on,
saying
hold
that
on.
right?
Go ahead.
You can no, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm basically saying that he's presupposing in the first place that this is an ability or a hack. I'm not saying this is an ability or a hack. I'm just saying that this is a statement of the author saying that everybody in his verse is fodder to Michael Myers. Therefore, it would lead to the fact of him being unstoppable within his own verse due to
Yeah,
his like
but
AP or durability, not because of a hack that makes him
yeah,
unstoppable.
but that's what he's asking you
So,
to prove. I think he did understand that because you
Yeah,
yeah,
I
just
I'm
did
asked
saying
you to
that.
understand it.
prove.
I'm asking you to prove why would this be applicable to an inverse setting. I'm asking you like where does it say like
Uh,
in a specific way that it says that he's only like unstoppable between like everyone else like in the verse or something like that? Like where does it say like oh he's
I
like
think
unstoppable against humans?
I think that falls under your burden to prove that the author would
What?
have
I'm
knowledge.
asking you. I asked you first. Why is this burden
I'm
on
not done.
me?
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay,
I think yeah, because you need to prove that the author has knowledge on other verses
okay.
other than his own.
Well, the
Okay.
problem
Like I
is,
said. Okay, go ahead. You know you can go
I
ahead.
mean, again, like I can just use a simple analogy.
no, go ahead,
If I
Rezi. You're the
say
debater. Rezi, you're the debater. You
no,
can go ahead and say what you want.
if it's a
Hold
simple
on. I'm
analogy that I'm
confused.
gonna
Okay,
use.
everyone's like going off each other. Okay, so what were you saying earlier?
Uh, yeah, like I said, it's such a simple analogy. If I can say like, oh, I solo everybody, right? I would need to have
Uh-huh.
knowledge on, let's say, somebody
Oh, okay. All
like
right, I remember what you said.
Viper.
Here, can I say something? Wait, I remember what you said.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay,
But can I
like I
finish
said,
my analogy real quick before you contend?
yeah, but you said I'll let can talk, but like here, I'll let you after what I said.
Wait.
All right, so like
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? Okay, so when you're literally okay, so you're refuting me to say that it would only be applicable to the author for it to decide that which like if it was only like if it's only applying an inverse, right? Am I wrong?
Wait, repeat that again?
Okay, so you're asking me that. I mean, well, you're actually no, not asking. You're refuting me to say that this only is like going off the author saying that it's only in inverse, right? You're just arguing that it's only on inverse, right? That's your
Uh,
refutation.
uh, I'm saying that based off of what the author or what you can prove the author has knowledge of.
No, okay, we're not going on that part. I'm talking about in the beginning. You said you were refuting me to say that the author is saying that it would only be working on cross in his own verse against other humans, if I'm being correct.
Uh,
Did anyone say that?
no,
Did he
because
say that?
again, you're still under the interpretation
Okay, what
that
you know
it is
that
that it is
argument?
a
No, no,
hack.
no. Your argument, the new argument you just brought up was like that was like after what you just said
No,
earlier.
I'm
You were
saying that
asking me
okay. I'm gonna like simplify my argument.
what?
I'm gonna just simplify my argument. Okay, so
Okay.
you're arguing that this is an ability, right, or a hack. Okay,
Yep, yep.
and then I'm saying that it's not a hack or ability. I'm saying this is just the author stating that Michael Myers is solely
Okay,
on.
yes, that's your refutation, right? Yeah, that is your
Wait.
refutation.
I know, but I elaborated on this. I said that would be the case unless you can prove the author has
You never said
knowledge
that. No, 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 no,
on
no. You
other
never said that.
verses
You were
opposed
asking
to my
me.
own.
No, no. Your refutation was only asking about how the art. This would only be applicable what the author said being inverse. You never said, "Oh, that I would have to prove that." That's why I'm asking you. This is your refutation, so I'm
No,
asking you
I
to say
said
the
that
author itself for it to
I
prove
said
that it would only be
I
on
said
inverse. You never said this. Here,
I said this
we
would
can go for the tricks or Rico say because you did not say
Oh yeah,
this.
I don't remember him
this
saying
would
that. I think only
I
the
just
before
said
though.
I just said I said that Michael Myers would not be able to use this on my verses unless you can prove that the author would
That's
have
not what
knowledge
you
on other
said,
verses
bro.
other
You
than
hold
his
on,
own.
Rico. Did you hear? Did he say this when he started bringing up his refutation?
Okay, wait. I think he kind of changed because I thought he was
Yeah, he
saying that.
changed it.
But I do remember
What
him
did I
saying
change it
that.
to?
Wait, oh my God, let me finish.
Hold on, let him explain. Let him explain.
I do think I remember him saying, unless you prove that the author has like knowledge on the verse, like knowledge on
Yes.
every verse, which is
Yes.
kind of a stupid reputation. But you
Or
can go ahead.
not even every verse. He just has to have knowledge on the character that I'm using. But like I
Yeah,
said,
but
I
that wasn't
didn't
your
say that.
argument before.
Hold on.
No,
I
no, no,
didn't
no.
say he has
That was
to.
that. When he stated
Hold on.
that he doesn't think it's in hacks, he said he would that the author would have to have like knowledge on
Yeah, that's right. And I said that
all the verses.
unless I'm saying that we would come to this conclusion of it only being inverse, unless you can justify why this author of this book or scan that you're showing me has knowledge on my verse. I'm not saying that we have to
Okay.
definitively
Can I say something?
come to
Can
the
I just say
conclusion of
something?
it being only inverse. We would lead to the fact unless you would prove that this is applicable to my verse or prove that the author would have knowledge on my verse. So this is essentially like a epistemic statement from the author, basically.
Hey, no, listen. That's not, literally, that's not what you said when you started refuting. All you just said was that if this was only, this was only applicable of what the author is saying in inverse. You never mentioned that I had to provide it until I started to tell you, I
He
started to
literally
contend
just
what you
agreed that.
said. No. I'm literally contending you saying to tell me or justify if the author is saying this in an inverse. I literally said this before you. You're saying this after what I just said. What?
Wait, Trix, do you not, Trix literally, wait, was that Trix or was that, the other dude?
That was Raiko, I think.
Yeah, Raiko, do you not remember me saying, unless you can prove that the author would have knowledge on my verse? Do you not remember me
Yeah,
saying that?
I'd say that you did say that, but I'm not sure whether
Exactly.
it was. I'm not sure whether it
No,
was
look, he
before
said
or
like Raiko. So like in the beginning, after like he dropped the point about me saying
no
he
matter
didn't know
what
the
y'all
full
say, bro. No matter what y'all say, it's not just gonna go. Oh yeah, that's totally true, right? I can just go into recording.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we can also go to recording. But like I said, right when he started to bring up his reputation, after he dropped that point earlier, he started. No. This is not. That's literally not what he just said in this refutation. All he's asking is that this would only be applicable of what the author is saying of it being inverse. He never said that I need to prove it. He never told me that I need to justify it until I started saying that he would need to justify whether or not if it's the authors that's providing this to be in an
Wait,
inverse.
that doesn't even matter then. I'm clarifying. I'm clarifying
What?
right now. Wait. That doesn't even matter because I'm clarifying right now that we would have to come to that conclusion unless you can
Okay,
prove
but
and
I'm asking
justify.
you first. I already asked you first. That's not. It's not my birthday. I'm asking you first.
I already told you why we would have to come to that conclusion if you
What?
did
Okay,
not
what
prove
was it?
that.
What was it?
I said that the author would only have knowledge on his own verse. And like I said,
Okay,
unless
okay,
Oh,